Jasmine's tea. Hold up.
Oh,
Wrong one.
there we
There
go.
you go.
There you go. Shit
Gonna
about
leave
my
all.
I like it. That one's a staple. We got to keep that sound in there. So for my tea, I actually have a follow up from last episode
Cool.
that I did. We didn't glance over it. We talked about it at length, but then like it resonated with me a lot, and I wanted to tie it into the tea. So something that we mentioned kind of like as we were pulling things apart was blind faith, like how people can say that you may have like blind faith in the Lord, and how it's really not blind faith because you're reassured with every obstacle and with everything that you go through. So as it pertains to Abram, because he's not Abraham yet, the big theme that I was looking at was how faith of a Christian is like the story of character development. So y'all know I love character development. So if you think a movie, right, from the beginning, the character has some kind of plight, or there's some kind of overarching thing going on, and as the story goes, either they grow and they mature and they learn some kind of lesson, or the opposite happens. So in chapter 12, Abram is just doing what he feels like he has to do to escape the famine, and to save his own life. So that's from his move from Canaan to Egypt, and then insisting that Sarai tell people and Pharaoh that she is his sister to save his own life. So we discussed how this was him just acting out of fear rather than faith. But in chapter 13, we see how he somewhat relinquishes some of the control that he's trying to have, and there's more of a trusting of the process going on. And it appears as though he's trusting the process and trusting that the land that's supposed to be his will be his, trusting in God's provision. And then he gets that reassurance from the Lord later on. And I think that those kinds of things are what strengthens your faith. And sometimes it takes that going off into a side path, you to learn that. It shouldn't take that necessarily for us to just trust the Lord, but we all go through our situations where you may take a leap that may not have been something you asked God about, may not have been something that was like a long year journey, but eventually you're brought back. And sometimes if you are obedient, you'll say, okay, I learned my lesson. How can I adjust so that we can do this differently moving forward? Other
Right.
times you don't. And I resonated with that so much because I didn't really understand how faith grows. And that helped me to kind of, okay, like I understand now, and I see Abram's situation just slightly different, like just a little bit. I still am
Yeah.
like, you were being selfish, but I can understand how after that situation, after going to Egypt and then now coming back to the land that the place he already was,
Yep.
kind of showed him like, okay, maybe I should just trust this process.
Maybe as
And
yeah.
well, I can chill a little bit. So I thought that was interesting, and I just wanted to make sure I pulled that little snippet out because even though we did talk about it a little bit, I have been pondering that for the past week. So giving
Okay.
that to whoever needs that.